How Saddam Hussein Stole Middle East. The Middle East has long been an area of political and economic significance, with various cultures, faiths, and states linked in a complex web of history and geopolitics. In the late 20th century, one individual arose who would impact the destiny of the area for years to come: Saddam Hussein. In this video, we'll discuss how Saddam Hussein ascended to power and the manner in which he plundered the Middle East. Body: Saddam Hussein was born in 1937 in a tiny hamlet in northern Iraq. He ascended to power via the Ba'ath Party, a political organization that intended to build an Arab United State. Following a series of coups and power battles, Saddam became the president of Iraq in 1979. His government was marked by brutality, tyranny, and a cult of personality centered on the tyrant. One of the ways Saddam took over the Middle East was through his aggressive foreign policy. In 1980, he launched an invasion of Iran, initiating a protracted and violent conflict that lasted 8 years. The battle ravaged both nations and left hundreds of thousands dead. Saddam also invaded Kuwait in 1990, which led to the Gulf War and the deployment of American soldiers in the area. Saddam's rule was also distinguished by the violent persecution of his own people. He deployed chemical weapons on the Kurdish people in northern Iraq, killing hundreds and driving many more to escape. He also violently put down uprisings by Shia Muslims in the south of the nation. Saddam's dictatorship was known for its use of torture, arbitrary imprisonment, and extrajudicial murders. Despite his harsh leadership, Saddam was able to preserve a degree of stability in Iraq. He spent substantially on infrastructure and social initiatives, and his administration gave free healthcare and education to its population. Nevertheless, this stability came at a high cost. Saddam's reign was defined by corruption and cronyism, with the dictator and his family members siphoning off vast amounts of money from the country's oil resources. Saddam Hussein's dictatorship was overthrown violently in the end, following years of economic sanctions and military involvement by the United States. He was captured by American troops in 2003 and killed 3 years later. Nonetheless, the memory of his leadership still reverberates across the Middle East. The instability and violence that have plagued the region for decades can be traced back to Saddam's aggressive foreign policy and brutal repression of his own people. After his defeat, the Middle East is still striving to recover from the harm he wrought.